This is the Wizard News.
My kind of town, Chicago is. My kind of town, Chicago is. My kind of razzmatazz, and it has that there jazz. And each time I leave, Chicago is dug in my sleeve. Chicago is why I just grin like a clown. It's my kind of town.
In July 2024, the owners of the United Center announced plans for a $7 billion project to feature housing, retail, entertainment, and public open space over 55 acres of privately owned land surrounding the iconic entertainment venue. The 1901 project was billed as a transformative investment and the largest private investment on Chicago's West Side. The first phase could begin as early as 2025, but the transformation of the Near West Side started decades ago. The Near West Side is an expansive community area stretching east to west from the Chicago River to a couple of blocks past Western Avenue and spanning north to south from Kinzie Street to 16th Street. In 1980, about 74% of the community's residents were Black, while just 13% were white, according to census data. 20 years later, Black residents were still in the majority. By 2020, 43% of Near West Side residents were white and just 24% were Black. From 1980 to 2020, the number of white residents had nearly quadrupled, while the number of Black residents had fallen by more than 60%. In 1940, the Near West Side was the second most populous community in Chicago, and more than 80% of its residents were white. Between 1940 and 1950, the Black population more than doubled from roughly 25,000 to 65,000. In contrast, the white population plummeted from more than 110,000 in 1940 to under 8,000 in 1980. An influx of Black residents sparks white flight. The departure of white residents is soon followed by the loss of jobs and commerce. The now Black community endures decades of disinvestment and population loss. Once property values sink low enough, speculators swoop in to claim property on the cheap, sit on it, and wait for the market to rebound. Young white professionals seeking a place close to work, downtown, or public transit start moving in. The market begins to pick up. The investment starts coming back in the form of condos, shopping, and nightlife. Prices begin to soar. Low-income Black residents are priced out or pushed out. This movie is also playing in parts of the Near North Side and the Near South Side. The demographic and economic transformations of these communities have been influenced by the city's transformation of public housing. The Near West Side's Henry Horner Homes, Rockwell Gardens, and Abla Homes. The Near South Side's Ickes Homes and the Near North Side's Cabrini Green Development were all demolished or redeveloped during the time when those communities gave birth to the West Loop, South Loop, and Goose Island, respectively. Race, market demand, and commercial interests are inextricably linked, especially in Chicago. These shifts show that an influx of Black residents has been viewed as a red light for some who fear for their personal or economic safety. A demographic shift in the other direction represents a green light to rent, buy property, or open a business. If some consumers completely shun Black communities, market demand will be limited for businesses operating there. If homebuyers avoid Black neighborhoods, property values there will suffer. If companies only locate their businesses in white communities, they force consumers from other communities to travel there to shop, inflating the economic strength of those white communities and undervaluing the economic power of other communities. Every year, Black Chicagoans spend billions of dollars outside their communities because there are so few options there. Racial fears have determined economic outcomes, not the other way around. Source: Chicago Sun-Times, August 10th, 2024.
Ever ask me what Chicago means unless you've got an hour, 2 or 3, 'cause I need time to tell you what Chicago means. All the things Chicago means to me. Each time I roam, Chicago is building. Chicago is the Windy City. Chicago is the Union Stockyard. Chicago is Kaminsky Ballpark. Chicago is one town that won't let you down. It's more